Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena, piloting a good druid deck. Seems to be good anyway. We'll find out how good it actually is, probably in this video. Well, definitely in this video. Either I'm gonna go 4 and 3 or make it up to 6 or 7, so we'll see. I'm above 12,000 gold, which is very exciting. I also have a couple of daily quests to finish, so it's like another 100 gold there. I'm gonna start making slow and steady progress to 13,000 here, it looks like. And I checked my records. It seems like my last druid run was 7, which is what my stats sheet says, so I guess I really did need a 4th round with druid, unless I had 2 7s in a row. Anyway, whatever, we're not gonna care about this thing. So, next up is a warrior. Don't seem to see many warriors these days. Ludicrous the warrior, very nice name. Alright, we're going to keep the micro machine, although this hand is looking a bit flimsy. Do I keep the swipe just because it's such an important card? Oh my gosh. It's a really important... No, I'm not going to keep it. I'd rather get something to play, and you know what? If I need swipe and I don't have it, then so be it, but I don't want to get behind because I don't have cards to play. Okay, so this is not the greatest opening hand that anyone ever opened with, just because we have this turn 2 play. My turn 3 play, Savage Roar, is really bad. Almost impossible that I would ever actually be useful. And then we have this on turn 4, but then it could be too late. Alright, so I could either Wrath this thing or Shapeshift. As I've often said, I think in a turn 2 situation, it's better to Shapeshift than to Wrath, because you don't care about the health, and you might need the 3 damage later. What have you got to lose, right? If you have any spell damage, you know this can end up being 2 damage and draw a card later. Of course, I don't have any spell damage in this deck. I missed all those opportunities for it. It's got a 3-drop. Is it something I can't kill? It is, in fact, something I cannot kill. Man, lately, you know, compared to, like, what Hearthstone used to be like, there's definitely a lot more now 3-drops that have more than 3 health that are actually playable, like Dancing Swords, and there's the Ogre, the Spider Tank, of course. So I could Wrath this thing just preemptively. Or I could play this thing, which would take only 2 damage off of the Dancing Sword. I'm going to Wrath it preemptively. Like I said before many, many times, I don't like to damage minions if I'm not going to kill them, but I got to take a risk here, because the alternative is that I fall too far behind. So see, it's a good thing I, you know, didn't use Wrath for the card, because that gave me this play opportunity. Alright, he has an Armor up on turn 3. Very interesting. So he must have a very slow hand, because he used the coin on turn 2, then he armored up on turn 3. Which suggests... Oh, I should have done this first. Whoops. I messed up. I should have drawn a card first. Well, it wouldn't have changed my play, luckily. So, what do we got here? We have a pretty weak hand until Force Tank Max comes online, but that is basically an eternity away. I only have 3 power on the table. I might actually have to use Savage Roar just to buff up these things so I can trade with something. He has 6 cards to my 7, so I'm a little bit ahead. I have a charged creature, but it deals piddling damage. This could have been a Flesh-Eating Ghoul or a Raging Worgen, which I don't really care about either way. Probably going to be doing it. Oh my gosh, he has an Armor up on turn 4? Holy ballsack Christ, what's going on here? Well, this is a tough choice. I can either play this really solid 4-drop, or I can play this guy and start growing him. I mean, this is really the time to play that Micro Machine. Hold on, is it possible that he's got a Mind Control tech? Oh god. If I play this and that, Mind Control tech would be a real bitch. You know what, I'm going to do something I never thought I would do. I'm going to play around Mind Control Tech. He's playing so slowly. Something weird's going on. I'll play around that card. Because this is a pretty good move. It doesn't use up quite as much mana as the Micro Machine and Gnomes would have, but... Oh, man. Alright, so he has the Tiger, just a regular rolled Tiger. So if I play Sunwalker, I'm running into the potential of Mind Control Tech again. How committed am I to playing around that? I mean, if I play this and the Micro Machine, yeah, this spreads out the pain a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna, can I have actually killed him that turn? No, probably not, right? Because Savage Roar would have done an extra 10 damage. Wouldn't have been enough to kill him. Okay, so let's see what he's got for turn 6. Now I might actually kill him. Let's just say he kills this. Savage Roar is 10 damage, 11 damage, 12, 13, 17, 20. No, I don't quite kill him. And he's got a taunt. Okay. No, he's not doing anything fancy. He just, yeah, he's not doing anything fancy at all. He just doesn't have cards to play. Okay, cool. So we have a couple of options here. I could Savage Roar, throw the Shredder at the Fen Creeper, throw the Argent Squire at the Tiger, hit him for good damage, keep this thing growing. And then with my remaining 4 mana, this seems like it'd be kind of stupid to play. That's one option. I could just play the Sunwalker, which uses up more of my mana. Then the Fen Creeper's a bit more of a challenge. Can't play Savage Roar if I play Sunwalker, can't Shapeshift. I'd have to throw the Shredder and the Micro Machine at it, which I don't really like that much. I could silence the Fen Creeper and ignore it. I could, like, Savage Roar, use the Squire to kill this, and then ignore the Fen Creeper. Looks like this is the move I'm going to make. So we're going to go for this. Wait a minute, there's one actually other option, isn't there? I can actually Savage Roar and Shapeshift. That would let me kill the Tiger. I think I'm going to go for that. Yeah, so I'm going to do this, this, kill that, and try to play the Loot Hoarder, hit him. Okay. Got a Mistress of Pain off of Piloted Shredder. Not the best thing, because it doesn't hit very hard. But we got Force Tank Max coming online. Am I threatening lethal? 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I'm not threatening lethal. I'm 1 off, and that's before he armors up. He's really not played anything all game. He just played a 5-drop and then another 5-drop after passing on turn 3 and turn 4. Didn't even have any 6-drops. Hasn't played any removal. This is at 3-0. Maybe he got a really bad draw, or maybe I'm not playing against someone who's actually at 3-0. Let's see if he's got like a Brawl or something here to catch him back up. Nope, just another 5-drop. Okay. Cool beans, Beauty Queen. Let's see what he does with this last 2 mana before we come to any further conclusions. Cleave would be nice. 3 of my minions do die to Cleave. 3 out of my 5. Nope, just a Spider. Okay. Well, let's think about our options here. I could Spellbreaker the Sludge Belcher, and then again, I'm hitting him for 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, Shapeshift 11. If this had been a 2-3 or a 3-2, I'd be winning right now. I could just play Force Tank Max, throw 2 things at the Sludge Belcher to get rid of it. And then try to kill him next turn. I mean, what is he going to have for this that he didn't have for all this other stuff? Seems like that's the best move. So we're going to do this. Run that in. I'm going to kill it greedily. I'm not going to throw the Loot Hoarder away. We'll keep the Loot Hoarder on call here. And then that is that. So we got this nice Taunter, which I've really enjoyed. Stopping the spiders from getting through and killing my stuff. If he armors up, Force Tank Max by itself won't quite kill him. It's 7 plus Shapeshift is 8. He's going to be at 11. So I need some of my supporting squad here to finish the job.
What now?
Had this been a flesh-eating ghoul, I guess it would have grown pretty big and already killed him. But in this particular game, it didn't really matter. Yeah, I still haven't set off the fireworks yet. Come on. Catch. Catch. It's not catching. Sparks just raining over that fuse. Oh, there we go. He heals up, which is gonna save him, buy him some time. And he's gonna use that again. Alright, well, this not being a 2-3 or a 3-2 really prolonged the game, it seems. Let's think about our options here. I can go 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's not really worth it. Why don't I just play the Molten Giant? Oh, it's 10. I only have 9 balls. Okay, then. Yeah, this Mistress of Pain actually, by healing me when it hit him, stopped me from playing a Molten Giant this turn. Wow, that was a pretty annoying thing there. Okay. So let's just hit him in the face a whole lot. I don't see any reason to pop the spiders or kill that panda or anything. And I've got this gigantic army. He clearly doesn't have any brawls. We're a mana away from Deathwing. And now he's just facing death. A brawl could actually, like, win him the game, though. to be totally fair, because it would get me a card. Let's say this panda lived, he'd get a few spiders. Okay, panda's best case scenario, I guess. Let's say this thing lives, the Argent Squire. He gets, you know, 2 spiders out of the creeper, and then he still has enough to shapeshift up. Then he's got like 6 minus 1, 5 cards in hand to my 4. Can't play Molten Giant because of this Mistress of Pain. Maybe for that reason I shouldn't have attacked his face with her. I should have thought about this. Could I have shapeshifted in? Let's see. I would have shapeshifted, hit this. So I was at, what, 20? So I armor up to 21. Minus 3 is 18. I would have had 7 mana. This would have cost 8. So no, I couldn't play the Molten Giant. Okay, he doesn't have Brawl. Don't really know what was up with that guy. Either he got the worst draft, or the worst draw of all time. Like he had really good cards and didn't draw them, like Brawl. Or he wasn't really 3-0, because that seemed like a pretty weak performance for that warrior. Anyway, not going to complain. We are at 4-0, which is pretty good for a druid. It's officially at the point where if I don't make it to 7, I'm going to be pretty upset with things. Although as long as I make it to 6, I'll be less than devastated. C-C-H-N-O-E. Okay, what the hell is that? It's C-Chnoe, maybe? Is that what that is? Or is this some kind of chemical equation? I don't really get it. Okay, well, anyway, we have a 2-3-4 curve, so that's how I'm going to keep this thing. This thing is so good. I want to keep it if I at all can. We're on the Gnomes, or Goblins versus Gnomes map. I don't know what actually this is Gnomes or not. Infiltrator, balls. Well, that sucks. So the Infiltrator is really good for him because it stops me from playing this Panther on turn 2. I'd rather just shapeshift and kill it. So it's a good tempo thing. He doesn't have anything on turn 2, which is very fortunate. Is he going to keep this hidden? He probably is. Yeah, he's going to keep it hidden, which makes sense. Now, I could coin into the infantry, which will hit him in the face and hold this guy at bay. The disadvantage of that move is, of course, I use my coin. Turn 3 really sucks, and I just have this Panther, and that's it. If I play the Panther, the Infiltrator trades with the Panther, he does whatever he wants on turn 3. I could respond with a coin shredder, or I could respond with this infantry, but this is probably not going to be a good response to most 3-drops. So I'm going to go ahead and just get it right now, while it's good. And then we'll see, like, some 3-drops you could play here, I would actually just naturalize and play Panther. Take the card disadvantage, and then go for the board. Like a Spider Tank, I would probably naturalize it. Ah, he's going to trade his Panther, or his Infiltrator, in for my infantry. Okay, so that's how this game is going to go. Looks like we have a little bit of an aggro-ish sort of a deck on our hands here. I'll shapeshift to kill that off. So, I went up a card by killing that, but he got up a card from life tapping. So I've got these amazing Druids of the Claw. How good of a turn 4 play can he make here? He can make a really good one. He can get ahead a lot. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Not the greatest. But that's a few turns too late. So we're going to play the Shredder, see what he wants to say about that. If he can do something here like Spellbreaker, Mortal Coil, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Bomb Lobber is pretty good as well. Ouch. So he got what he needed, which is he's ahead. Way ahead by the time I drop these Druids of the Claw, so I'm in quite a bit of pain actually. Sludge Belcher? Is that the right move? It dies. The first one dies to the Dwarf, whereas the Druid of the Claw survives against the Dwarf. Could do the Druid of the Claw for charge to kill the Wolf off and trade with either of the other ones. Let's see, if I Sludge Belcher, he throws the Dwarf in, throws the Wolf at it, hits me with Bomb Lobber, still has 6 mana. This, I mean, it's the same deal, I guess, but it would kill the Bomb Lobber. I have to go for this. I hate this so much, but I just have to go for it. If he has a good way to remove this, I'm going to lose the game, but I think that's my best chance. Crap, he got too far ahead. That Infiltrator was amazing for him, and as was the Abusive Sergeant. Then he had a 4-drop and a 5-drop to play on turn 4 and 5, which is too good for me to handle with my slow start. I needed this Gnome or something around to just like get a kill. Like if I'd had this on turn 1, it would have either killed the Infiltrator if he had chosen to trade, and then my infantry would have lived, or if he had still done what he did, this could have been around to kill his wolf. Okay, life taps on turn 6, which is kind of good, because at least it means he's not playing anything big, and he actually does 2 for 1 against that thing, which is really good. There's the Void Caller, which of course is really scary, because it might mean he's going to get like a 6/6 out of it. But what can you do? You can just play another Druid of the Claw. Clockwork Gnome. I could naturalize this Druid, or this Dwarf, but I think that would be a little bit aggressive. I'll wait on the naturalize. So he didn't have a way to get past this last time. Hopefully he still doesn't have a way this time. My health total is okay. Card-wise, he's a bit ahead. He has Siphon Soul this turn. That's bad. Okay, so he gets the kill. At least it took up all of his mana for the turn. We have that, which is useless. Alright, Sunwalker. I don't think I can afford to play Sunwalker. I've got to play this so I can get another minion down. Let's do the order. So on the one hand, I'm sure he's getting annoyed that I keep having all this taunt. But on the other hand, he's still doing fine. He's full health. He can life tap freely. I think he's got a major advantage this game. Not just because of my health, but because of the card situation. I'm not able to get anything to stick on the board, which is a big problem. Alright, he life taps again, perhaps fishing for a demon for this Void Caller. This is really just bad in this particular situation. What would have been good? Oh, I don't know, emergency coolant would have been good, I think. I guess spare parts, I'm so far behind, there's no spare part that would have really saved me that much. 7 cards he's got. He chooses to cash that out. Gets nothing, so he has no demons in hand, which is good. So now he's got 6 mana versus my dinky board. What can he do? This is the big moment right here. What can he do? His rope's running out. He chooses to freeze my loot hoarder. Alright. That is fine, I think. So let's think. If I play this, it will die to the elemental if he can pop the shield. I could naturalize this thing. It seems like that's probably not a good naturalized target, though. I could play this on Walker and Power of the Wild to buff my team, although this thing is going to die regardless, so it would really just be buffing only 2 creatures. I might as well just play this for the Panther, honestly. Well, if I Power of the Wild, it would make the Sunwalker not die to that thing. And it would also make this hit for 2. The Loot Hoarder could then finish it off for 3. I could play the Sheep, but I don't know what the Sheep would do really here for me. Naturalize. So in Sunwalker, naturalize, he would have 8-9 cards. To my 5, 6, 7, I'd have a Sunwalker. I'm going to hold out. I'm going to hold out on the naturalize. And I will use this for the buff. Hit him in the face. Pass the turn. Hopefully there's no more Siphon Souls. If he has another Siphon Soul, then I think I do just lose the game. I could actually do the Sheep and then naturalize the Sheep. The thing about naturalize is you can destroy any minion. It's just that your opponent always draws the 2 cards. So I could naturalize my own Sheep to do 2 damage across the board, and he would draw 2 cards. Why would I do that ever? I don't know what the point of that would be, but that's just a combo I've observed I can actually make. Very tense situation. I'd still say he's ahead here, not because of health, but just because he has so many cards and can still life tap all he wants to. I do have this ace up my sleeve, this naturalize. If he plays something huge, and then I kill this off with my minions and naturalize this huge thing, like a Force Tank Max, to use a best case scenario example, then I could be in perfectly fine shape. Hellfire, oh crap. Alright, so the Divine Shield pops. I assume he's got something for this now, or he wouldn't have just left that sitting there. Oh, he doesn't. He has a Sludge Belcher. Okay. Well, Let's think about this. So I can run in, the ooze pops, and I can't kill the ooze, unfortunately. I could run that in, play the sheep, naturalize the sheep. It'll kill off the ooze and that thing. He'll get 2 cards. I'll hit him in the... What's the point of that? That's really dumb. I'm going to just keep it simple, keep it safe. We're going to play the Molten Giant for a mana. Hit him in the face. He gets his ooze. I gotta really think about naturalizing this elemental so that I can keep my Sunwalker alive. I think we definitely want to do this. We definitely want to do this. Let's armor up. No, I don't think I want to play the sheep, though. The sheep doesn't seem to make too much sense. It's too double-edged. Do I naturalize this Frost Elemental? No, I don't think so. If he runs the Frost Elemental into the Molten Giant and has a Hellfire, then I lose the game. But gotta take that risk. I think if I naturalize this, he'd just have so many... you know, I should have naturalized it. It would have kept all my stuff alive. This is a really huge board without his Frost Elemental being here. What does he have? Does he have a big game? Oh, he's got a Shadow Bolt. Okay. So no Hellfire, at least. Shadow Flame. Oh my god. Should have naturalized it. Should have naturalized it. That's what cost me this game. God damn it. Fuck. Well, now I can naturalize this ghoul, I guess. Oh man, if I had naturalized that elemental, I would have had that Sunwalker and my Molten Giant and everything. Shadow Flame, that's the card I never play around that I probably should play around sometimes. Shit. Alright, well now we have to naturalize that ghoul. I hate this game sometimes. I really hate this game sometimes. Let's just open the furnace and close the furnace as some kind of healing therapy here. Well, now there's pretty much no way for me to win. He's got a ton of cards. He killed off all my best stuff. That trades with his little ooze. Plays Ysera after I naturalize a 7/3 Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Good mother of God. You know, Ysera wouldn't have been a problem, though. If I'd gotten to keep my 5/6 Sunwalker and, you know, whatever, 8/8 Molten Giant with Taunt, I would have been fine. I just needed him not to be able to pull off a Shadow Flame. Well, let's see. What could he have done? I guess he could have played the Flesh-Eating Ghoul and Shadow Bolted something. The Ghoul would have grown to be a 3/3 after my minion died. Then he could have Shadow Flamed the Ghoul. It would have... Yeah, it wouldn't have killed my Molten Giant. It would only have killed off my Sunwalker. Because he Shadow Bolted the Molten Giant. For his Ghoul to grow, he would have had to Shadow Bolt something else. So the Molten Giant would have lived. And he would have had to work to get it down. Because he clearly didn't have anything better than that Shadow Flame combo. Unfortunate the Druid. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep the Sheep just as a basically really, really, really bad removal card. In case I need to slow down a fast start. Well, we got Claw as well for that, and maybe a Wild Growth if he just passes on turn 1. That'd be nice. So I could play Wild Growth. Really nice. Okay, good. Alright, this is actually turning around a little bit. Now I've got this amazing 4-drop on turn 4, well, turn 3, to respond to his 2-drop. Wild Growth is good to have when you're the second player, so you can coin it on turn 1, but if you are the first player and the opponent passes on turn 1, and you have a good 4-drop, then Wild Growth is just astounding, because now we can just go ahead and play the Shredder. He can kill it, of course, with the spiders and a little bit of assistance, but I am going to get a 2-drop out of it. I could have silenced the spiders, I suppose, by playing Spellbreaker, but I think the Shredder is just as good enough of a response. Alright, we got a couple of different options here. I think what I'm going to do is go for the most straightforward one. We're just going to silence that and claw it. This way, my Shredder lives. So I've got a pair of 4/3s. I've used up the extra mana from Wild Growth both turns so far, and I'm going to do that the next turn as well, playing the Ogre. This is a really good start. I am a card down because I've lost a card to Wild Growth, haven't gained it back yet, but we're looking good. Does he have a Druid of the Claw here? He does. Well, that sucks. Nothing I can say about that, except for it sucks. Power of the Wild is an intriguing possibility. I could play it for the buff, Shapeshift, and I could actually kill this thing off without having to throw both my creatures at it. I think, so if I do that, I don't get an Ogre. If I play the Ogre, I have to lose both of these, get a random 2-drop, and I have an Ogre. Would I rather have a 5/4 and an Ogre in my hand, or an Ogre, a 2-drop, and this? Well, I guess really this is better, isn't it? So we're gonna do the Ogre move. Let me actually see what I get first before I make any judgment calls. Okay, just got a regular old 3/2, no problem. So we'll run in, play the Ogre. Fast turn. Druids have a bit of a tough time dealing with an Ogre, especially when it comes to turn early, as mine did. Alright, he doesn't have a good drop on turn 5. I guess maybe he was holding on to his mana for this Shapeshift. He's going to pop the spiders there. That was a pretty good draw there for my turn, so we're going to kill a spider. Play the Ventrico. This does mean I'm not playing Force Tank Max next turn, or possibly ever. But I got a 6/7 and a 7/6 versus this stuff, where you can just batter him to death if he's not careful. He just concedes. Okay. And he says, well played. Well, that's nice. Okay, cool. So, some good drafting choices and good play decisions worked in my favor there. Very critical, though, that he didn't have a turn 1 play. Because if he had a turn 1 play, I might not have played Wild Growth. Could have all been really different. So, I did take a little bit of luck and then I ran with it. Okay, good. Last time I was at 4-1, I ended up losing and I went to 4-2. This time I make it to 5-1, which is really great. Good feeling. Let's go ahead and see who our next opponent is. So there was an article posted on Reddit a while back. Apparently someone in Activision leaked some details about Blizzard's plans for stuff. And supposedly, according to this leak, which who knows if it's reliable, there will be another Hearthstone expansion in April. Which kind of worries me, because if it's like another expansion like Goblins versus Gnomes, I am not going to have my full set of Goblins versus Gnomes complete before it hits. Which means I will be behind and have to actually start spending gold to buy packs to complete stuff. Or I could just, you know, only complete the cards I actually like. I don't know if there's an achievement for completing the Goblins vs. Gnomes set. There was a, you know, one of everything achievement for the original game. I don't know if that's if that achievement gets updated or something for the new expansions. I should, I guess, research that. Oh, Clockwork Gnome arrives a turn late, which is really irritating. Why did I make this a 2/3? I probably shouldn't have. Probably should have made it a 3/2 just so I can kill 2 3s. Doesn't matter. He has Lightning Bolt. Okay, that's fine. So here, he's going to be overloaded next turn. No, don't play anything else. No. Oh god, that's just the worst thing. If he had just passed the turn, then that would have been great. But this, oh, this sucks. All right, so we, I think here, are just going to go for the straightforward move. I'm going to play the Gnome Shapeshift and hit him in the face. I could have Wrathed this Ooze. Could have played this thing, but I really want to use the Gnome to kill the Ooze. I think it's worth it. He's overloaded here. I think now's the time to strike. And go and try to go for a little bit of an advantage. He's going to Earth Shock it. Wow, alright. Well then. You do that. So now he's not overloaded anymore. Here I think I will do Wrath for a card and Shapeshift. Alright. Had this been in my hand, I would have used Wrath for the full damage and played this as a 3/2, but unfortunately it wasn't. Okay, so now we have turn 5, turn 6. Let's see how good his turn 4 is. When you're playing really big drops, it's good to be the first player, because then you're kind of ahead of the curve. He makes a totem, which is excellent news. Plays a wolf, which is more excellent news. Alright. So let's see how good he can, how well he can respond to this druid. Oh, I could play the sheep to, no, we're going to just play the druid. Do I go for the charge to kill off the wolf right away? You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I go up a card with this. If I play the 4/6, he can throw the totem, the wolf, and like 3 damage at this thing, and it'll die. So this way, I get to kill the wolf off, and maybe like, you know, he still uses some damage to kill this, but If he were, for example, going to have a Hex, then now it's not as effective. Of course, maybe I should have tried to bait out the Hex with this Druid so that the Sunwalker wouldn't get hexed. Well, he had the Rockbiter, so... Okay, had I played the 4-6, he probably would have lost the spell damage totem as well. So maybe the risk wasn't actually worth it. Alright, here we are going to play the Sunwalker, Texas Ranger. Hoping he doesn't have any hexes. The odds of him not having hexes, by the way, are higher now than they were when the game first launched, because there's more cards that aren't hexed. He has a Matter Bomber. Okay, that whiffed. That whiffed. Well, that's one of the many reasons I hate this card. He does luck out that it didn't kill any of his totems, because with this healing totem out, his totems at least will get healed. But obviously it would have been nicer for him to hit this. And he Rockbiter weapons it, which is a smart play, otherwise I could have just killed off his Matter Bomber. Alright, let's just keep it simple here. We're going to play this, and Power of the Wild. This allows me to kill off his... Wait, can I kill him? 5-7, down to 12? No. I'll kill off his Bomber, kill off his spell damage. That's the turn. 2 of my creatures survive Lightning Storm. Got this as my ace in the sleeve in case he plays anything huge. Ace in the sleeve? What is that? That's not a phrase. Okay, so he's got this Tiger here. Molten Giant, not quite playable yet. Better than Doomsayer, though, so there's that. We got that guy. So is that worth playing in front of the Tiger? I think so, because he's already going to kill a 2-5 anyway, so I might as well just play him. There's really no reason to hold back. Is there any point in playing the Sheep? No, because if he has a Lightning Storm, when I have a Sheep out, it will just, like, decimate my board. And I am going to hit him in the face rather than killing off that healing totem, because I feel like it's worth it to get the extra damage on and get closer to finishing him off. I do have 2 Starfires in this deck and a Swipe. Haven't seen Swipe in a while, by the by, but I do have, like, 3 burn cards here, so if I can just hit him with a couple more damage, I need to wait for those burn cards to arrive, and I'm good. So he clearly doesn't have a Hex. If need be, I can naturalize away a Taunt Totem. Let's say he kills a 2-5. I've got 5, 8, 10 damage. I can naturalize away a Taunt. Okay, so that's not going to happen. He's going to clear off more of my stuff here. Bloodlust. Okay, he's going to clear off a fair amount of my stuff here. So not killing that healing totem kind of bites me in the end. Ouch. Okay, well, should have killed that healing totem, I guess. Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker. So do I just kill this thing? Hang on. If I shapeshift, I go up to 26 health. -5 is 21. Still can't play the Molten Giant. Jesus. Not the best hand. Alright. We're doing it. We're just doing it. Naturalize. Hit. Hit. And we'll pass the turn. Maybe I should have played this to silence this Tiger. Yeah, I should have played this and silenced this Tiger. I didn't want to play this after the Tiger was dead, because then I would have had to silence my Sunfree Protector, but I should have played this to silence this Tiger so I'd have an extra 4-3 on the board. That's actually a potentially really bad mistake. Well, we'll see what happens. He heals up a bit, so I wasn't going to have lethal damage for him anyway. Flings some knives. One of them does hit this thing, so it's going to die. Alright, so he just really rolled out a bunch of stuff. Swipe. That's a good card to see. Had I played this last turn, I'd win right now. As it is, I have 3, 7, 8 damage. Not quite enough. Let's think. Here? You know, we're just going to keep this very straightforward. I'm going to play this so I actually have the body. Silence. It doesn't actually matter what I silence. Just anything as long as it's not my dude. We can swipe that. Shapeshift, kill that. And do I kill this thing off? Nah, let's go for the face. Bonk. So now I've got 2 Starfires in here that will be lethal damage. I'm also threatening lethal with my minions, which his minion can't kill. Shapeshift can also whittle him down. And if he puts out something that hits for, let's see, it would have to be 13. It would have to be 5 damage or more, I can actually shapeshift into it and play the Molten Giant. Okay, so Cult Master is not what he needs right now. He needed removal. This gives him a card for 4 of his mana. He shouldn't have made this totem either. He should have played the Cult Master first and then seen what his card was. Does he have a Forked Lightning now to kill off my creatures? He has Ascension, which is also pretty good. Okay, so he will live another turn with that. So, let's kill this. Shapeshift. Kill it, give him his other card. Hit him in his fat face. Play the Ogre. This sheep is just so bad. And then pass the turn. So now I can actually next turn play the Molten Giant. I'm at 20 health. He shouldn't be able to kill me unless he has something really insane. We're threatening lethal with these creatures. Still have 2 Starfires in the deck that will kill him. Savage Roar will also kill him if he doesn't have a taunt. Oh my god, he gets an Annoyatron. Well, that's annoying. But at least with Shapeshift I can get rid of the Divine Shield myself, so he needs 1 more taunt to actually not be dead. Ah, no, he's going to use the Cult Master to kill off my 3/3. Okay, that makes sense. So he lives another turn thanks to the Annoyatron. Can I get a Starfire just to wrap this up, please? Nope, not a chance. Alright, well, let's do this. This, and this. Now, I mean, he's got 7 damage on the table. If he has a Bloodlust, he actually wins the game, in which case, bravo to him, because I really didn't think he had any chance. But now he wins with a Bloodlust. He's already used 1 Bloodlust, so does he have a second Bloodlust? He's been holding on to some cards for a while. 4, 7, plus 9 is 16, yeah. On the nose, Bloodlust wins. Okay, that's not Bloodlust, and that's not Bloodlust. Okay, thank goodness. He had a lot of actually really cheap stuff. He played a lot of really cheap cards. Just didn't have them early enough in the game, I guess. So the Molten Giant will be the kill, unless he has an emergency cool. No, even an emergency coolant for the Giant, I still kill him with the Argent Squire and Shapeshift. Or the Argent Squire and Whirling Blades. Oh, he gives that taunt. Wow, okay. I can't just use Shapeshift plus the Argent Squire to kill that. Oh my god, the Young Priestess killed the, buffed the Healing Totem, so now I have to use the Molten Giant. Well, anyway, Shapeshift plus the Argent Squire won him the game anyway. Won me the game anyway. I didn't have to use the Whirling Blades, which I thought was going to be necessary for the kill for a second there. Okay, well, that was a bit of a tough game against the Shaman, but at least I finally beat my streak of losing to Shamans. Jesus Christ. He could have beaten me had he had another Bloodlust. Clearly, though, my mistake was obvious. I hit him in the face instead of killing that Healing Totem. I'll try not to repeat that mistake again. I'm going to eat a blue Sour Patch Kid to reinforce the lessons I've learned. Delicious. Potential the Rogue. Rogues are, if I'm not mistaken, one of the weaker arena classes. So, seeing a Rogue this late suggests she probably has a good deck. Just like seeing a Shaman late suggests a Shaman has a good deck. Although that Shaman never played Lightning Storm or Hex or Fire Elemental, so he really didn't have anything special, at least in his game against me. Get the sheep again. And this doesn't even work. Oh god, this is bad. Well, balls. If I play this, it's gonna just enrage it. Wow, that, I just can't believe it. I cannot answer 2-3. I think it's enraged. Alright, we're gonna play the sheep. So now she's gonna make a dagger, kill the sheep, it'll blow up, enrage this thing, hits me for 5. I shapeshift, kill it, take another 5. But that's the best I could do there. I mean, I could naturalize that, but that seems like throwing the game away. So there it goes. Oh my god. Why is everything so terrible? So we're down to 21 health here on, turn 3. Doobity-bee. Not a good start. Just a freaking Amani Berserker, and my deck couldn't handle it. Didn't give me a Wrath, didn't give me Claw, didn't give me any kind of 3-2. Alright, she's got a 3-3. Again, the 3 health, can't really play a Micro Machine in front of it. Doesn't really work. Fuck it. It's getting naturalized. With an extra mana here, obviously I would have rather just played Wrath. So now I'm just in bad shape. I can play Sludge Belcher. I can almost play Molten Giant in a few turns. Good lord. Wow, this game just went straight to the dogs. Hop, skipped, and jumped there. She's got backstab to kill my Micro Machine. I feel like, man, what is this druid doing here? I bet it's not even a 6-1 druid. It just seems so terrible. She's a mech warper, and she's going to play a 3-mana mech. No, she's got a dagger. Okay, that's fine. So, Sludge Belcher or the Ventrico? I think the problem with the Ventrico there is that she could just maybe race against it, and then I'd lose. So I'll play the more conservative Sludge Belcher here. Try to catch back up. She's got 8 cards to my 5. Ugh. But I can get up 1 card with this, maybe 1 card with Sludge Belcher. Maybe crawl my way back into this game. Molten Giant, at least will get played on turn 10. Nice thing about Shapeshift is it increases armor, but it doesn't increase health. Okay, so she can actually get past the first iteration of the Sludge Belcher thanks to the Dwarf and her dagger, which is annoying, to say the least. Now, I think I'm going to have to Starfire this thing. There's the Wrath, 5 turns late. Hopefully she doesn't have any good 6 drops, or else I'm really fucked. Oh, she has Cairn Bloodhoof. That's a pretty good one as far as 6 drops go. So I could Starfire it, and then no, that's pointless. We'll just do this. Oh yeah, I needed to play that first if I wanted. I cannot give this thing taunt because it's more expensive. All right, are we gonna race here? I think we're gonna race. Yeah. So I hit her down to 16, down to 11, down to 7. Gotta hit her with this thing twice. No, 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 no! Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Fucking Christ. Freezing bullshit. Okay. Well, shit. So, I guess we're gonna... I could give this thing taunt, but that's... No. We're gonna just Starfire this thing. Got myself a Sneeds here. Okay, I mean, hold on, whatever, I could catch up. If she spends her turn killing this, like if she runs with Cairn and then finishes it off with something, I could play Sneeds after that and catch back up. Okay, so she gives me the option here of throwing the Ventricle Mercenary away, if I wish to do that. Alright, let's think about our options here. So I could swipe the Abomination, and then Wrath the first iteration to death, but then of course it comes back as a Yeti, so why bother? I could swipe this, leave this thing alone, hit her in the face. She's going to be 21, minus 7 is 14, down to 13. I can't really kill her in time. I think what we'll do is I will actually just trade this thing off. So we're going to do this, then that trades. As a result, I can play a super cheap Molten Giant. Should I give this thing taunt as well? Or should I just play the Shredder and not give a fuck? Do I want to give this thing taunt? I think I actually do. Yeah, so we're going to play this, give them both taunt, pass the turn. Alright, so let's see. She's got a lot of cards. Assassinate would be good. Sap would be pretty good. Yeah, Big Game Hunter. I mean, there's a lot of things she could have with 7 cards that would win her the game here, but I'm hanging in there for now. Next turn I can do Sneeds and Wrath maybe, or Sneeds and Shapeshift. Or maybe even Shredder and Swipe and Shapeshift, just depending on the circumstances. I have a lot of... This hand of 4 cards when you're at 10 mana gives you quite a lot of options for responding to stuff. It's just that if she kills my stuff, I'm in a bit of trouble. Okay, she draws a card for 2 mana. That's encouraging. So she didn't have any crazy 9 mana play. She's hovering over... No, she's not hovering over the dagger. She's going to give that Cold Blood, which will allow her to kill off the Molten Giant, which is pretty good because she still has 6 mana left over. Okay. Pretty solid move there for the Mistress. I could swipe this and Shapeshift it. That would also kill off Novice Engineer. Okay. Well, let's think about my life. Do I swipe that? It'll kill this, kill that. I have to shapeshift this thing to finish it off. I don't have to, but I could. This thing will pop. This was at 1 health. Gah, I could just ignore everything, but if I ignore everything, I might be in a bit of trouble. Health-wise. Okay, we're gonna swipe this. That kills off most of her stuff. I think I'll shapeshift to kill off. God, I kind of want to get this thing to die, but I can't. So, I mean, I could, but I think it would cost too much. So we'll do this, this. I could wrath this thing. I think I'll need to wrath it. And I'll play this. Hit her in the face. So why not play the Shredder? I just didn't want this thing to die. I was willing to take a little bit of extra time to play my cards out more slowly if it meant getting to keep my creatures alive for longer. Okay, so the gnome gives me hopefully something good. It's +1 attack, which is not good. Ouch, I can't kill this thing. Even with the +1 attack, I can only get it down to 1 health. So my decisions are making me suffer here. Alright, let's play... Do I want to play this thing? Do I just want to freaking throw this thing out there? I get more total power and toughness if I play these two guys. So I'm going to play these two things. I'm going to put this in the middle to guard against betrayal. Shapeshift up. And think, do I kill this off? I think I should kill that off. Alright, so it's a dicey situation. She can kill this 2/5 with her ambusher, leaving it at 3 health. Then, if she plays any more minions, the upside is I can kill off the ambusher and it will pop the minion back into her hand. So, can she keep this thing going is the question. The answer is no, not yet. Does she have another minion? Oh, she's going to actually put it back in her hand voluntarily. Alright, well played. That's actually an amazing panda, because I could have nullified the Stormwind champion. Obviously, if she hadn't had the panda, she wouldn't have played this champion, but the panda allowed her to put this guy down and threaten lethal, or close to lethal. So I could do the Power of the Wild to buff this up. The problem is that if I do that, I also have to play Whirling Blades, and then I can't play Sneeds. I could play Sneeds and just ignore this. She's got, what, 10, 11 damage, and if she has any more damage, she wins. Here's the answer. I'm going to play the Shredder, and I will give it +1 attack so that it kills the Stormwind champion, and then I'm going to kill the panda off, so it's a little bit less lopsided. Got the Mad Scientist, which is terrible. Well, not terrible. It's the 2/2. But I don't have any secrets, obviously, so it's just kind of worthless. And then I'm not close enough to really burn her out. I think I made some mistakes in this game. I feel like there's some things I could have done differently. Maybe I could have played this earlier. Maybe I could have killed more of her stuff. I could have played Piloted Shred Return earlier. Ah, boy. Alright, so she... If the buff had gone on the Stormwind champion, she actually would have killed me this turn. She makes a smart play. She just, tries to burn me out. I'm dead next turn to that thing. I do get a taunter, which is nice. But I also have to kill both of her creatures, which is unfortunately not possible. So let's think. If I play this, and let's say I kill the Stormwind champion, she just kills this cub with the Drake or with their weapon and then wins. Can I kill her? 6, 8, 9, 10, 11? No, I can't kill her. I think the only actually way that I could possibly win is if I get some kind of legendary off of this that saves me. I don't know. I mean, with the guy that makes you immune would be one. I don't know if any. Do any legendaries have taunt? I don't think any. I can't think of any offhand. But whatever. We just have to see what legendary we get before making any judgments. We get. Oh yeah, Baron Rivendare. Okay, wow, well played. Go out in style. Crap! God, there hadn't been a way to win that game. Maybe instead of playing the gnome and stuff, I could have killed. I could have played Shredder Return earlier. Fuck. Well, Cairn pretty much won that game for her. But then again, I had a Molten Giant, which was an epic, which almost won the game for me. So it was fair, I think, luck-wise. I don't think she got super lucky. I guess that opening was terrible, where I had nothing but a sheep to respond to the Berserker. Yeah, if I just had Wrath there, or the Cub to just trade with the Berserker, could have all been different. Well, anyway, 6-2 is where this video ends. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and/or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.